Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Food Science on a Budget. My name is Catherine. I'm a Danish food scientist and powerlifter living in Vienna, Austria. On my channel I give you content related to food, and today what I have for you is the weekly grocery haul. Today is Monday, January the 26th, and my husband and I went to Lidl today, and we are planning another Lidl trip on Thursday when the new flyer sales week starts. I am not planning on going to Villa Plus today or this week at all because we didn't receive the flyers, which also means that we didn't receive the stickers. I looked up their flyers online and they didn't really have any interesting offers, so I think we will just skip Villa Plus this week. But first of all, let me turn you around and show you what we bought at Lidl today. This is everything that we got today in Lidl for a total of 42 euros and 91 cents. And I will go through each of the items. I'll go by according to my list. So I'll start back here. We got 3 of these chicken breast thingies for lunches, and each package contains 125 grams. And then 1 of the ham. I couldn't find any of the chicken, but that's okay. And I had a 20% off coupon in the app, and that made each package 1 euro and 59 cents. And we'll freeze 2 or 3 of them and then probably eat 1 this week. Then we needed fruit. These nectarines were on sale. A package is 450 grams and it looks like there's 6 or 7 nectarines in there. And I believe I also paid 1 euro and 59 cents for that. If that's incorrect, I'll put the correct price up on the screen. Then we got some pears. There's 1 kilogram in here. And I had a 10% off coupon in the app. So the final price was 2 euros and 6 cents. Then we were not planning on getting cauliflower, but they don't always have this frozen cauliflower. And it's always nice to have a variety of frozen vegetables. We paid 2 euros and 65 cents for that. And it is 1 kilogram. We didn't need toilet paper at all since we got some in the last grocery haul, but this 16 roll package was on sale for 5 euros and 99 cents, so we got 1 anyway. And the best thing today, they had skyr. I got the last 4 of the vanilla skyr that they had, and that was just the regular price, 1 euro and 79 cents. Then I got 1 unflavored, and that is a little bit cheaper at 1 euro and 49 cents. Then, so the way our Lidls here in Austria do the sales is that the flyer starts on a Thursday, and then they have 1 set of sales that go Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then the stores are closed on Sunday, and then the second set of sales are then Monday through Wednesday. So for the beginning of the week sales, they had these avocado thingies. Each net is 700 grams. We got 5 avocados in ours, and we paid 1 euro and 64 cents. And then it would seem like they had just some general discount on fruits and vegetables, because these date cherry tomatoes were also on sale. I was planning on getting a different kind, but the price per kilogram was better on these ones. There's 500 grams in the package, and now I need to use my brain cells. I think it was 1 euro and 86 cents. I'll put the correct price up on the screen. Then another unplanned purchase was this frozen bag of minestrone soup. We have a lot of frozen soups in Denmark, and we haven't really seen any down here in Austria, so we wanted to give this one a go. I'm not sure I like it because it very clearly has celery in it, and That's the number one thing I don't like to eat. It just doesn't sit well with me at all. Yuck. But I'll give it a go, and hopefully I can just pick them out, and the rest of it looks really good. So we'll probably try it later this week maybe. And this 1 kilogram bag cost €2.49. Then we were looking at different dessert options, but obviously all of them were quite calorie dense. But then we found these high protein rice puddings. So we got one cinnamon and one vanilla, and we're just gonna split them, so each of us will get half of each one. And the cost for each one was 99 cents. Then we got the obligatory bag of carrots hidden under the avocados here. And that was one of the vegetables on sale. So 1 kilogram was €1.11, and it's actually a regional carrot. Then I grabbed, let's see, here is 2 of these hazelnut yogurts. Hazelnut is my absolute favorite yogurt flavor. I usually prefer the low-fat dairy products, but for hazelnut flavor, I don't even care. I'll eat the full-fat version. And yeah, it was part of their Italian week sale, so we paid 79 cents for each one. Then we loved the dates so much last week that we got an additional bag. The apricots were also very good, but we still have a bunch of those. So we just got the dates this week, and the price is still €1.99. And it's really nice that it's in the bag because they stay nice and soft. They don't dry out like they do when they're in these weird trays. Then I also impulse bought a cucumber because that was part of the fruit and vegetable sale. So the price was €1.11 for the cucumber. And since we did some baking this weekend, we needed more yeast. We always have yeast in our fridge. Grabbed 2 packages today just in case, and 19 cents for each one. And then the last thing was this bundle or bunch of bananas. 5 bananas, 924 grams. And the price was €1.47 for these bananas. And let me just show you the receipt here. So what you see in blue, what's coming off there are the coupons from the app. And then the other minus these that say Preisvorteil, that's just regular sales. And then you see the total, €42.91. And yeah, I saved a total of €6.25 today, and €2.23 of that was from the app. And as I mentioned, we are planning another trip to Lidl on Thursday, and I hope we'll spend a little less in that shopping trip, but let's see. I'll talk to you again on Thursday. Today is Friday, January the 30th. I believe I told you in the last clip that we were going to go to Lidl on Thursday, the 29th. But then I noticed in the Penny flyer that they had some really good weekend deals on Pepsi Max / Pepsi Zero Sugar and chocolate milk. And since Penny is on the way to Lidl, we decided to move our shopping trip to Friday so that we could go to Penny as well. So let me turn you around and show you what my husband and I bought today. So we bought so much stuff that I put the things from Penny here on the floor. And they sold the Pepsi Max in 2-liter bottles, and you had to buy 4. We got a total of 28 2-liter bottles, and each one cost €1.19. And then we got 2 liters of the Nym chocolate milk, which was on sale, and the price was €1.39. And then let's move to the table, and I'll show you the receipt here. So $1.39 for the chocolate milk, and then the Pepsi Zero Sugar. and we pay a 25 euro cent bottle deposit per bottle. So I paid in total 43 euros and 10 cents, but the 7 I will get back when I return the bottles. And I didn't have any additional coupons in the app today. So that was all for Penny. Then we went to Lidl, as had always been the plan. But when we got there, the parking lot was totally full, like not a single parking space available. So we got a little impatient and decided to go or drive to the Lidl, the next town over. So it's maybe 5-10 minute extra drive, 5 probably. And we got most of the stuff on our list. But yeah, later we found out the reason why the parking lot was so stuffed, but I'll get back to that. So let me show you what we bought at Lidl. So we got 2 heads of broccoli. We want to use that as a side dish. We're making some meatballs in a curry sauce today, and that's served with rice, but we prefer to have some sort of vegetable on the side. So I think we'll have some steamed broccoli and steamed carrots on the side. And I think €1 is a good price for a head. Usually we just get the frozen kind because it's so easy to deal with. But at this price, I'll definitely get fresh. Then we had already eaten the bananas that we bought on Monday, so I got another bunch. This one contains 6 smallish bananas. Total weight 818 grams, and the price was €1.30 for all 6 of them. Then we just got 4 liters of the long shelf life milk at 85 cents per liter. We got 4 of the vanilla skyr again at €1.79. I wasn't gonna get that many, but my husband had already picked them up when I went to get something else, so they're good until March, so we'll get them eaten, it's no issue. And then we got 1 of the unflavored skyr at €1.49. I picked up 1 thing of cottage cheese. They're having one of those longer sales on these. So they're currently €1.29. Then if we continue with the fruits and vegetables, the last cucumber we picked up at Lidl was pretty good. So we decided to get 1 more for our lunches for next week. Today that was back at regular price. That was €1.49. And then we got 1 bag, which is 1 kilogram of zucchini. We put grated zucchini in the Danish meatballs we made last weekend. Maybe you saw the video, the meal prep video I prepared. And we actually really liked that, so we want to put 1 in the meatballs that we're making tonight as well. That's a different type of meatballs, but also very delicious. And yeah, did I tell you the price for the net of zucchini, €2.49. Then I was almost out of thyme, so I picked up a glass, and that cost me 99 cents. Then they're having American Week, which is the reason why we came this weekend, so we could take advantage of the deals, especially these pickles and also the jelly beans. The pickles cost €1.29, and we also picked up a thing of mustard, and that cost €1.49. And then we already ate the minestrone soup, the frozen soup that we got on Monday, I think. And we really liked it. I just took out the very disgusting celery pieces. So we got 2 more for the freezer at €2.49 each. Then I grabbed 4 bags of the grated mozzarella. We were gonna use this for a pizza. We were supposed to have company this weekend, but due to the amount of snow in Denmark, they decided to postpone the trip until summer. But we picked it up anyway since it was such a good deal, €1.49 per bag. Each bag is 250 grams. And I had an additional 20% off coupon in the app. Unfortunately, they didn't stack. I wasn't sure if they were going to, but $149 is a 25% saving, I believe, so it's still a really good deal. Then they also had these bars. They call them skinny bars. I've never tried them. I noticed this one in the flyer and I really wanted to give it a go. And then I saw this one when we were at the store, and I thought it might taste like Rice Krispie treats, so I wanted to grab one of those as well. This is basically just an energy bar. So this one has 70 calories per bar, and one bar only weighs 18 grams, and it contains 14 grams of carbs. And I was so hungry when we left the stores. I actually tried one already, and they actually do taste like Rice Krispie treats. Keep in mind, it's been a couple of years since I last had one, but from my memory, that's what they taste like. They were really, really good. These ones, it says they're high in fiber. So each bar has 80 calories and weighs 20 grams. And if we look at the fiber, it's actually 3.7 grams per bar, and that seems really high. And yeah, haven't tried these yet, so I don't know what they taste like. Then they started putting out their Easter candy, so we grabbed 2 of these marzipan logs. I think it's the same ones they have for Christmas, just in a different packaging. Oh yeah, it says they contain nougat as well. And the price for each one is €1.49, and it's a 100-gram bar, so it's a decent price. My husband ate a little bit of that one already. So you don't see the jelly beans here because they didn't have them. And then we were also supposed to get some eggs that were on sale, but the carton was empty. So we decided that on the drive back we would go to the Lidl we were originally intending on going to, see if it had cleared up a bit, see if they had the jelly beans, and then grab some eggs there, whether it be the ones on sale or just the normal ones. So before I tell you how that went, I will show you the receipt. So we paid a total of €41.51. And I think there's some, here it is, some savings. So we saved €4.70 from the sales. And then let me show you what we got at the first Lidl we drove back to. This is everything we got when we went back to the first Lidl. And we only paid €20.07 for all of this. And yeah, let me tell you why. Once we checked out, we were like, what's going on? Why is it so cheap? I was looking at the receipt on my app, and then my husband looked out the window simultaneously. And then we were like, oh, they have 20% off everything at the store. So that also explained the very, very full parking lot. But yeah, well, at least from buying the stuff we did at the other Lidl, we got a coupon for 25% off red seedless grapes. And they've been kind of expensive lately, so we didn't get them last week. But then with the coupon, we decided to get 2. And I think for these things, I will just tell you the original price, and then I'll put the sale price on the screen somewhere. So I don't have to have too many breaks trying to calculate the price. So originally, each one would have cost us €2.95. We got the 20% off plus the 25% off that price. We found the jelly beans that we wanted. They have 2 varieties, the sweet and the sour. We got 4 of the sweet and 3 of the sour. And the price before the discount was €1.69 per bag. And there's 250 grams in each bag. So I think that's a very good price. Then I made an impulse buy of these sour strawberry bands. It's just a 90-gram package, but whenever we go to Czechia in the Czech Bila, they have a Haribo that looks similar to this one, and it is so good, and we always buy home a stash, and we don't have any more since we haven't been to Czechia since I think May. So I grabbed one and I'm hoping they're as good as the Czech ones. And before the discount, it was €1.29. We also grabbed an extra jar of the pickles. We decided two weren't enough since we just finished the last one that we had. And we don't only use them on burgers like the picture shows, we also like them on hot dogs and sometimes just as a side if we're having some, like a meat dish that's quite heavy, then something sour to contrast is really nice. Then my husband grabbed these, I'll probably butcher the pronunciation, croccantini. He said they were really good. And that was €2.29 before the discount. Then the eggs on sale were not available at that store either, so we just got the regular 15 count and pleasantly surprised they were size large eggs this time. And before the discount, the price was €3.99 for these. And then let me show you the receipt here. So you see 20% deducted from everything, plus the coupon on the grapes. So I guess in reality we could have saved €8 and some cents if we had gotten everything at this store, but we didn't look for the stuff we had already bought, so I don't even know if they had everything. So, oh well, at least we saved some money we didn't know we were gonna save. So we saved €6.52 on this smaller purchase, and the €1.18 that was my coupon on the grapes. And then a good thing we got, so they have in the app that after your purchase you can spin a wheel in the app, and if you're really lucky you win what you paid for your purchase back. I've never accomplished that, but otherwise you win a coupon for something. And in the store we went to first, the one furthest away, we got a coupon for the grapes. And then at this store, we got one for 25% off carrots. So we're gonna go back on Monday where they have some deals on canned goods, and then we're gonna get the carrots. And then just a little bonus. We bought some more protein powder. When we buy that online, I don't count that as part of the grocery budget. That's more like separate in a sports category. We're not totally out, but we were running quite low on Clearway. And so they had a really good sale at bulk. We paid €75.66 per 2 kilogram bag. We got strawberry watermelon, orange, and Coke. And obviously this is not something you need. You can get the protein you need from food. We just like to supplement our diets with protein powder. My husband is dieting, so it's an easy way for him to get enough protein in him without having extra calories from something else. And for me, sometimes I have problems eating enough food. So drinking a protein shake, I get the protein in me without feeling very full. So it's a win-win. Yeah, and obviously about not being necessary, the same could be said for the sodas that we bought. That's just something in our family, we prioritize having that. But yeah, that's totally up to you. I would say if you do buy soda, there's almost always a deal going on somewhere. So that's one of the things I would recommend that you never ever pay full price for. So that was basically it. And that was another pretty big stock up week. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would like my video and consider subscribing to my channel. Next month I am planning on doing a budget challenge, so I'm thinking maybe a maximum spend of €40 per week with There will be one exception, but I'll show you that in a video. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.